Stop wasting your legendary medals. Guanui is not your main priority. If you're early in the game, this might be the most important investment tip you ever going to hear. And why I see a lot of people actually jump over the Guanui, there's a couple reasons behind. First thing, this is the only hero that you're going to see here, critical strike. And we're gamers, okay? We're gamers and we know that just by seeing critical strike, we're like, oh my god, double damage, I'm going to just one-shot somebody. You know, the critical strike is something that bring excitement, bring big numbers in the head of the people. At least that was something that happened to me when I see the critical strike and I was like, oh my god. Now this is the first reason. The second thing is, most likely you're going to get him because he's from the Tavern. Now there is a specific chance to actually get him, like 0.05, which is, you know, not huge chance, but you can get shards and slowly build up with these shards and get 10 shards and get the hero. So obviously you're going to be able to even have this hero. And yeah, this is the first reason, just the excitement over the hero that is having this critical strike. This is one of the things, because it brings a lot of excitement to me. Now the other thing why people go for Guanui is obviously people who know in the season 2 we're going to be presented with Wubu. And Wubu, Guanui and Attila, as you can see, even this is my legion number 3. There is a reason why I still keep Guanui, okay? But as you can see, I didn't invest in him. I think I can actually get one more star for this bad boy. Yeah, he's going to be 4 star, but I don't invest in him, and there is some reasons behind. Because Guanui at one point is going to be replaced by Reni from my side. And even though that this bad boy is having a critical strike, a very decent, if you ask me, very decent signature skill, increase the hero's critical strike rate by 20%. This on level 20, I think it can go to level 40. So this thing can be increased maybe with extra 20% for the first 15 seconds of the battle. Additionally, increase the hero critical strike rate by 28%. Now this thing is not doing any kind of damage, but is giving critical strike rating for the heroes. That's why it's a great synergy between him and also Wubu as a commander, of course, Wubu. But why he is a mistake of investment? Now, I personally am a huge supporter, and I think in the season 1 you just have to save your medals for the season 2 and heavy invest in Wubu. This is what I'm thinking. That is maybe the best way to actually go for the early game, let's say it like this. Just because none of the heroes that in the season 1, okay, maybe some of the heroes is going to be valuable in the future. For example, like Barbossa with Zeros and etc. and Mansa. But here we're talking about Guanui. And the second thing is a hero that is from the Tavern. Now, you may not actually get him right away, or there's not legendary event, but at one point you may actually get this bad boy. And just by getting these summons, you may get more of this hero. You may not have legendary event for him. If I remember right, I don't remember. Maybe there's going to be. Nah, I don't think so. I think it was Attila, but yeah. Joan of Arc is a hero that non-stop actually show me when I go and do some summons, and it is the most useless pikeman so far. But yeah, oh my god, Hammurabi. Okay, we make like 50 pulls, we get some heroes. You're going to see a lot of animations here, but this is not the point of this video. Okay, let me just speed up the thing. Okay, this is... Do we get something else? Do we get Guanui? Yeah, we get like 2 shards. Obviously, 2 shards is not that much to talk about, but yeah, it is what it is. Now, the thing I can actually share with you, since we already speak about Wubu, and my suggestion for you is going to be focus on Aua and Reni through events and battle pass rewards. Now, this is the heroes that is going to be with Wubu. Now, obviously, some people may thinking about the Muan and getting, for example, Attila or Reni with the double strike with Muan. double attack with Muan, but we're not. We're looking for meta heroes, okay? We're looking for meta heroes, and I think just by going for Attila and Reni with your investment, I mean, save your universal legendary medals for Wubu. If it's going to be hard to be get it, just have something aside, put it. If you, for example, hit like 4-star, 4-star is extremely stupid one because it's just boosting the troops. Now the 2-star and 4-star is the one that nobody actually care about that because it's just boosting the troop. In this case, it's boosting the troop damage and reduce your troop damage by some percentage. So nobody care about that. Just have some, put it aside, legendary medals and try to get as much as you can Reni and also Attila. Now, at one point, I think in some events, Attila was presented where you can buy the shards with this bad boy. But from the packs, from the daily one, if I remember where was the daily one, this is monthly. I'm free to play right now, so I don't care. Okay, this is daily. Now inside, you're going to see you have universal shards, and you can actually switch the hero. And if you switch, you can go for Reni or actually Barbosa or Tumiris. Now, I get Tumiris by buying one pack back in the days when this hero was actually presented. But yeah, I strongly suggest go for the Reni if you have. I don't remember in the season 1 what was presented here. I'm not quite sure there is a Reni inside this bundle. I think later she was actually added. But if you have a chance to get her by any way, you can actually get her. Also, there is going to be some bundles presented in the game where, for example, this type of bundles, as you can see here, I can have Reni and just Reni. Most likely I'm going to get just Reni from here because now Caesar is a good one for martial Pac-Mans, but you know, just don't split between different heroes here. Okay, this is not of this. Here I get more Reni, a lot of Reni. You get the idea. Maybe I have Attila here. Do we have Attila? No, we don't have Attila. We have Guan Yu here. But yeah, I have some bundles that I have to just open. I don't know why I keep those bundles around. But yeah, it is what it is. But yeah, Attila and Reni is your main focus and not Guan Yu. A lot of people get excited over this critical rate, but still this critical rate is limited to 75%, so there is no chance you get 100% critical, okay? There is a limitation there. Guan Yu doesn't scale well into later seasons for long time of value. And if I have to pick one of the heroes between Attila and Reni, I'm going to pick Attila. Attila, just the value of Attila is so much. This hero, Attila, is a hero that I think the majority of the people are definitely going to agree with that Attila is a hero that is bringing absolutely crazy synergy. A lot of people want to use him with Mulan, a lot of people want to use him with Wubu. This hero is just having this synergy in him, which I think this is the beautiful thing about this hero. Now Reni, you can keep Guan Yu. Obviously, the Legion is going to be Wubu, Guan Yu, and Attila. You can keep Guan Yu till you leveling up your Reni. I think I spoke with one dude that right under the video, sharing his thoughts, and I totally agree with that. So if you have any thoughts, let me know in the comments below, and share your opinion over what we're talking here. Cavalry gear and research give the best early power return, and yeah, here is the thing about the researches and gear. Obviously the gear is going to be one idea more hard, but since at the early game you're going to get stuck at tier 5 at one point. This is something I noticed. After tier 5 you go to tier 6, and after this you play so much time and you hit tier 7. Okay, you hit tier 7, but here's the thing. The moment you hit at the early game, you're going to be tier 5. If somebody have crazy tech and they have tier 7, no matter what kind of hero you're having, you're dead. Okay, the Legion is going to be destroyed. Tier 7 and tier 5, just the difference between these two things. This is, for example, tier 5. you're going to see maybe this is the, it's like attack is 86%. Just this is just the comparison. Everything is the same, same way schedule, and this is 96, 146. So, you know, you see like 70% difference. How you can compensate this difference? So, you know, for the cavalry in the early season, I cannot actually say only cavalry. This apply for any troops existing in the Heroes of in the Age of Empire mobile. But if for the cavalry and for rest of the troops, focus over the researches, and in the research use your universal speed ups, just because don't go for training or construction. At one point you're going to finish construction, but the longest path, the most valuable one, is actually the research one. So yeah, I guess this will for this video, guys. I really hope you enjoyed. If you do, hit one like, subscribe to this channel, become a member if you want to support my work, and I wish you a great day and see you in the next video.